Ashley Ryder back in the house again. Thanks for joining
Hello.
me. Thank you so much for taking the time. So, what have you been doing with yourself? Because I'm not working, you're not working, 3 months. Are you just watching a shitload of TV or what?
No, actually, I've been very productive, I have to be honest. I have been working on my OnlyFans, which I started up about June of last year properly, and I've been going from strength to strength. So I
Nice.
got everyone's coming in, hey! So yeah, so I've been doing really, really well on OnlyFans. I absolutely love their platform. I think it's really amazing and it really benefits the models, which is good. So I've been doing a lot of that, a lot of
I think
content.
I think it's really important. It's probably been saving a lot of people like yourself in that sector of the industry because I
Yeah,
know a lot of models and things like that are on there, and it's it's good. I think things are going to move in a different direction because of all this because we've had to adapt, and I don't think the adaptation's completely over. And I find
no.
like I know as an actor, I'm going to probably be doing a lot of work from here. And what do you think is going to happen with your industry? Because obviously it's kind of niche.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, the good thing is that I've kind of like moved away from like obviously shooting films and I've came more into the internet world, content, just producing my own stuff. So actually it's worked out quite good for me. And I know a lot of other models are doing that as well. But with regards to like obviously working for companies, the companies are kind of for the last maybe 2 years or so being kind of forced to, well, they've been pushed out because a lot of girls are just going solo now once they make their name. And that's the best way to do it. And get online, get Camming, OnlyFans, ManyVids, all these platforms, clips for sale, everything, and just absolutely satirize them with all your content, and you'll make money.
you
So
don't
that's what
need, yeah,
I'm
you
doing.
don't need the production houses anymore. It seems like it's like you've they were. It's almost like they were the middleman between you and the person that wants to see you. So like if I wanting to watch a video or see your picture or whatever, I had to go to a website where you had something produced, and now I can go directly to your links on your thing, and
Yeah.
that's great. That's
I
great.
mean, we
So
still pay obviously a percentage to all these, like all the platforms, but
yeah,
it's
sure,
very low percentage compared to what you would get like on set.
right.
So yeah,
Are are you not giving are they not getting like I don't even need to know the percentages. I know that it would have to be close to something that they would be getting, but they're not really doing much other than giving you a place to put it, so they can't really charge you as much, I guess.
well, it depends also on how high the girl ranks. So if she's like making a lot of money for, say, I don't know, OnlyFans or something like that, then the percentage that they get is worth it. Do you know what I mean? So it might seem like maybe like a small percentage they take or a large percentage, but if you're making a lot of money off of them, you don't really notice it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So it
What?
doesn't really bother me. Like,
It's because you're popping. That's why. What's the barrier to entry? Like, what does somebody need to do to get started with something like that? Because I know a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs. I mean, I actually have a girl that I podcast with. She's just lost her job, and I have another friend who works for an airline, and she's probably going to lose her job this month. And what can they do to like get started with that?
um, truthfully, what you have to do is you have to leave all your inhibitions at the door, and seriously think about what you're going to do, if you're going to do hardcore content or if you're going to do like kind of lingerie glamour content, and choose wisely what you're going to do and then roll with that. But any girl or any guy can make money.
Yeah,
It's,
guys.
yeah.
What are guys doing? I need to write this down. Hold on.
There's loads of guys on all these platforms and they're making a lot of money. Like they're basically just showing their bits and having fun. I think the one thing that I want to touch on with OnlyFans especially is like just now, like I've got people coming in, I'm normal, they can see me as myself. Like a lot of the girls put up a lot of really professional content, which is great, but OnlyFans caters for they want a real experience a lot of the time, and I think that's why I'm doing so well because I give a real experience every day. I do silly little videos, I do little twerking videos, I talk to them, I have a laugh, so it's not always like so polished, shall we
Right.
say?
How
You know.
long are the videos? Is it kind of like a Instagram thing where it's just a few minutes, or is it long form, or does it not matter?
It doesn't really matter. Like some of my videos are quite long and then other ones are kind of short. It just depends on how I feel and like I try and make it as natural as possible. So, I don't want people to feel like, that's kind of false. I like to be very natural. So I kind of do things on a whim a lot of the time and it actually works really well.
Mm,
OnlyFans and things like that are great for that because you can go live and you can just like say you get up, right, and you're just feeling like like yesterday I got up and I put on a little bit of like James Brown was on, right? So I just like Alexa, give me funk, you know what I mean? And I had like all this funky music on, and I just like was dancing. I was just like, I'm just gonna live stream this. I'm just gonna dance and have fun and stuff like that, and people love it. Do you know what I mean? Because they're getting your character, your vibe, and that's what a lot of the fans want because they're already fans. They
right.
want to see you. Does that make sense? Like the
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the differences between, say, 5 years or longer ago between that and now is that when you before we had like social media and Twitter and all that stuff, you didn't really have the ability to get a hold of somebody like you or see somebody, that's a performer doing normal stuff, you
yeah.
know. You had to go rent the video or you had to go, to a website and so on. Um, so I think it's really going to change how we do things. I think it's really kind of cool. I'm really curious to see how the industry is going to adapt to that because they're definitely shitting their pants because they're going to be losing so much money, and they
Yeah.
probably have been.
Yeah, well, I think like when I went over last year, I went over to Miami for XBiz, and that really kind of opened my eyes to the American industry and how they work. And what I seen when I was over there, every moment is a moment to create content. You know, they work really hard, and over here it's a little bit different, but it's like every moment you're on it, you're working, like some girls had like a camera guy with her lighting, and they're in a hotel just walking about the pool, and they're doing like this production, you know what I mean? It's unbelievable, and you're just like, that's clever. That's the way you should do it. So for me, I took a lot of I watched when I was only there for a week, and I watched a lot of everything going on, and I came back and I took that and I went, okay, so basically what I got from this was at any moment, as long as you're sexy and you're fun, you can make money.
Yeah, exactly.
And that
I do videography on the side, so if you need a camera guy for the next time you go to Miami, don't forget me.
I was actually meant to be going over, but then this happened.
Yeah, I saw that it's been they're going to postpone it probably until
Yeah,
hopefully later in the year. So you've lost some weight since I've last seen you.
I lost quite a bit.
What have you been doing at home that's got you so slimmed up?
Well, actually, truthfully, I had a bereavement last year.
Okay.
Um, so that kind of spurred on a little bit of weight loss. But after the initial, I started to eat a lot healthier and train a lot harder, a lot of plyometric training. I was doing a lot of weight training, like really heavy, and I stopped doing as much of that. So I lost a lot of muscle mass, and I just do a lot of cardio, a lot
Wow.
of running, which I like. I like to run outside.
Right on. How's that going to affect your wrestling, do you think?
Well, I have been wrestling, and actually, it's quite funny because recently I sent you some pictures, didn't I?
Yeah.
Of my wrestling that I've done, and I've been getting the victim quite a lot recently.
What does that mean?
So a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the wrestling matches and things are on videos are actually so we know who's going to win.
Right, of course.
So we know the outcome. So normally I would be the one who wins.
Right.
And recently I've not been the one who wins.
Oh, okay.
Through the weight loss.
Right.
So they're putting me against other girls and they're just like, no, you don't look as if you're going to win. I'm like, no, but I will. No, you're going to lose. And I'm like, so I have to now submit. Great.
Oh, no. Wrestling secrets revealed today.
Yeah. Normally in live matches and video matches, they're all predetermined.
Determined, yeah. How do you think it's going to affect your film career at all? Because I know like some actresses like Carmela Bing and like Katie Cummings, I think they've gone up in weight, and I don't know why, if that was just to go into a different genre, or if it was whatever. But do you think that's going to affect that? Gonna pick up a new audience, lose, or are they going to tell you to chunk it up, or what?
I have had some fans who have said to me that they like me chunky. And can I chunk up again? And I'm just like, no, because I like the way I was before, but I love the way I am now.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not doing it just for someone else. And actually, you get a whole new fan base. Correct. So I noticed that I've got a lot of new people coming in, and I wouldn't say I'm like skinny, but I have lost a lot considering where I was the last time you seen me.
Yep.
But I've still got like that body, that booty, and my thighs and stuff, but I've just not got like the rolls.
That's all that matters. I think it was like Jay-Z said, if you want my old stuff, buy my old album.
Boom.
So, exactly. So you're a new you, and if they want to see the old you, there's plenty of footage out there.
Yeah.
They can look at.
Everyone has to, like, even like as you said, like using Jay-Z and like people, actors and everything. Everyone has to adapt and change every so often. Do you know what I mean? You've got to do it. You can't just stay the same all the time. You've got to adapt and maybe change up your look and your style and things like that. It's important. You can't just stay the same all the time. It's going to get a little bit boring.
Yeah, I think it's good to rebrand, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So I don't mind, and it seems to be doing me the world of good with regards to ranking quite high on all the platforms. So clearly somebody likes
it. Keep it up, man, for sure. So where can people see you wrestling then? Is that going to be something that you're going to be doing more of now because you're not going to be focusing on other stuff, or what?
Well, I've been wrestling for a company in Glasgow, actually. They set up about 2 years ago, so I do a lot of filming. I only do filming for them. And I do a lot of session wrestling in London and Manchester. And I do a lot of pro-style stuff in the ring. But I don't know how that's going to work going forward with obviously all this like stuff going on. They've not really said much about like interaction, because obviously it's quite a contact sport. So
yeah.
And I think they're still themselves trying to figure out how to do it. They definitely won't like be able to have audiences and things like they used to. So
yeah, I saw a UFC fight. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's
yes, of course.
Yeah, and they had Joe Rogan there commentating and the other guys, and there's no audience. It was the strangest thing ever, but. Not just so much that, but you can hear the guys punching each other and like the sound of like them getting hit. Even not the hard hits, even just the normal hits.
Yeah.
They just sound devastating. So it's going to be different for you for sure. It's definitely going to be different.
And also you're going to have to up your stage presence, and because people feed off each other. So if you've not got an audience there that's obviously going, whoa, and and getting into it with you, like basically the people that are in the ring together are going to feed off each other. So it's going to have to like be so hyped to get that balance and bounce off of each other, because there's nobody there to be like, whoa, yes,
Yeah, there's no energy, is there?
It's going to be really strange, but filming wise, it's still fine.
Yeah. When you're making movies, though, you don't have like a crowd there cheering you on. So how do you think that, is that gonna into play there as well? Do you think, or what?
When I'm doing the wrestling stuff,
When you're doing like movies?
like porn.
Yeah.
There's not normally people cheering on when you're
Right.
in the ass. Normally joke. No, no, you've normally got like a crew. There's a crew there, so you'll have lighting. You normally have your main cameraman or female. Don't want to, but it's normally men. And then you'll have like two side cameras. And then you'll have your makeup artist. You'll have, I reckon there's probably about 8 or 9 people in the background.
Yeah.
And then you and the performer that you're with. So I don't know how that's going to work now.
I don't think it's going to work at all. I don't think you guys are going to be making films at least until next year.
Well, yeah, that's what I kind of felt as well.
Well, from what I understand is we're looking at a potential second wave of, the corona crap. And so it's not going to go away. So I think it's going to be, for me, I think it's really a case of, should I be able to make the decision to do what I want to do?
Yeah.
And take that risk? Because like 500,000 people a year die from smoking cigarettes, and that's just in America. So,
but the statistics. Sorry to interrupt you. On you go.
No. Go ahead. No.
Well, the statistics for this is like, it's really quite a bizarre situation because seemingly it's so life-threatening and there's been so many cases in such a small amount of time. Right. But people are saying that, like, last year there was more people died with the flu. So yeah. I don't know. It's kind of smells a wee bit.
Yeah. Is she?
Doesn't smell right to me. There's something else going on behind this. I mean, obviously there are people dying and there is something like going on, but I think it's been hyped up a lot.
I know right before this all started happening, big time anyway, we had a podcast here. It probably was in early March, maybe late February. And I had done some research on this thing called, I'm not going to get it right. Basically, a certain number of people die every year from flu or whatever, and then they have this thing called like overage death or something like that, the number of people that they expect to die because of other stuff during that time frame.
Yeah.
And that's how they were predicting these numbers, like, because in the beginning, you kept hearing them say we expect this many, thousands of people to die. And those numbers they happen anyway, regardless of coronavirus or not. You're going to have those people die. So it's like everything that they've been attributing has been corona. So if I died of like a heart attack and then I had one corona symptom, they're writing it down as it was a coronavirus death.
Yes, because they're not doing autopsies on people. They're just basically putting everyone under the same, It's not good. And also, there's another thing that's quite interesting. A lot of people are not going to hospitals to get seen. Yeah. So they're actually dying of like heart attacks and things like that. And they said that there's a lot more people dying at home. Yeah. So that's really frightening. Like,
people are afraid to go to the hospital too.
Yeah, they are afraid because they think that this is where they're going to get this virus from. Just showing a little bit like, oh yeah. I know we're talking about the virus, but I just want to still keep it sexy.
Yeah, there you go. That's hilarious. You got that school teacher look.
Oh, thanks.
That hot pot for teacher look. Like Van Halen, I love it.
But I'll tell you, I'm missing the hairdresser, clearly.
Like everyone else. Well, except me.
I'm missing my nails. Getting my nails done professionally. I'm missing all my little spa treatments. I'm missing everything. It's like,
these are all new things that you need to learn how to do for yourself, and then
I have learning, and it's not going well. It's not going very good.
That's hilarious.
No, so I'm not feeling it. I'm like, give me back my spa, give me back, I need. But all these things are going to open last, which I don't really understand either, because these are a lot of, like, people are talking about mental health issues, and for me personally, like, the one thing I love is to be polished and look my best, and obviously if you don't have these things, then mental health does come into play, especially for women, you know, because women want to look perfect, they want to feel good, they want to go out and enjoy themselves, and you can't do it.
Now, I think we're going to definitely see an influx of mental health cases once a lot of this starts to calm down, because everyone's, I can't say everyone, but I mean, to an extent, everyone is depressed. You know, we're all living in if you're out working, you're not working in a normal environment, and you're afraid. You know, if you're in a hospital, you're afraid. I have a friend, she works for the NHS. She's afraid, you know, she's going to work and people are dying every day. You know, and then there's people like myself, and I'm not trapped, but I'm in the house, and you know, I live by myself, so you don't see anybody, you know, it's crazy. So it's definitely going to have an effect on society as a whole, just globally. It's going to be huge.
And so on your, like, obviously because you're male, like, what do you think about, like, the way women deal with this situation? Like, your female friends, have you spoke to them and how they deal with it, like, compared to you and obviously male friends? Do you think, like, people deal with it in different ways, like, with regards to obviously what women are missing and what men are missing during this process?
I think most women are missing things like you said, the pampering. They miss the not to sound sexist, but like the girly things that they like to do, you know, they're missing that. And it's your life. It's part of your life. You know, it's your routine to go to the salon, you know, once a month or whatever the case may be. And all of that routine is out the window for you. For guys, I think, for me anyway, I miss the gym, like, immensely, because I love the gym, and it helps me keep my mental demons in check, you know, and I can't do that. And I have a little bit of equipment here, but it's not the same to work out at home. I need to see that pretty girl over there so that I can try and act like I'm impressing her, and you know, and I need to see that guy over there that's bigger than me, and you know, I want to, you know, show him that I can lift as much as him, that kind of thing. So
yeah, it's a little bit chauvinistic. Like, I'm like, I like an audience.
Exactly.
When I'm training, because it kind of makes me like more
motivated,
push harder.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. And that one time that girl looks over at you while you're working out, that adds a whole nother half hour to my workout, because I'm like, all right, let's go. You know, I'm ready. So it's definitely going to be different. It's hard to not have that. And one of the guys that I podcast with tomorrow, his hair is like crazy, and he just can't do anything with it. So there was something I was going to say, and I completely forgot what it was.
See, that's happening as well, because people are being inside for so long, like, or long periods of time. People are getting really fatigued, and they're starting to forget things.
Oh yeah, like I just did.
Yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up there, because that could be a symptom of not, like, staying inside a lot.
Yeah, your brain synapses aren't firing at the same rate, because I'm not dealing with the same amount of stuff. Like when I'm walking through London, and your brain is picking up millions of things at a time, smells, colors, wind, everything. Now it's like it's your senses are almost dulled. I was reading somewhere where they said, as of yesterday, what's today's date? I think it was as of Monday, it's illegal to have sex with someone that doesn't live in your house. So what are your thoughts on that? Because I think that might be interesting to hear.
I can't really comment on it. Well, I don't know. I mean, have you stuck to the rules? Ding!
can't. I'm not the one being interviewed here. I don't have access to anybody, so it's like, you know. I think it's a huge overreach by the government to say,
Yeah.
you know, you can't do this. It's that's a
And it's
bit.
also mental health. Like again, like people need to have sex. They need to have they need to touch people. They need to kiss and be close and enjoy. It's a release. And people don't have that, and a lot of people are going absolutely insane because they're used to having a lot of sex
Yeah, that contact.
or
That's,
a little
that's
bit of sex.
yeah,
A lot of
some
sex.
sex, any sex.
Yeah, any sex, any
Just
sex.
some. I saw that there was some sort of potential loophole if you're like a sex worker. So like if you had an escort at your house,
Yeah,
because they said they can only be in your house, a stranger in your house, if they're there for work purposes or something like that.
right.
So like your plumber or whatever the case may be. So um, it's
But
crazy.
who's going to and what I don't understand is, are people going to know, and are they going to arrest you for it? Like, oh my God, you went to someone's house to have sex.
Yeah,
It's
it's
to
like
your house.
it's. I think it's I
It
think it's
seems
like
a little bit overboard to me.
yeah, yeah. It's way overboard.
But
It's a
it's
hundred.
a good thing for us because, obviously, my job and stuff, it's a good thing for me, personally, because then you've got all these guys who are totally frustrated and they're just, basically buying everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're
That's what
probably you're, you're probably making way more money now because what do we have to do? We can't do as much as we could do, and it's definitely going to be helpful to have that outlet.
And I feel good about that because but on a serious note, I've had a lot of guys contact me and say that literally, me posting a video or even a picture, or just being sexy and having fun and looking at my stuff is really helping them, through this time. So when people do that, I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know?
That's
So
very cool. We need
I
it.
get quite a lot of that. I've had maybe I think about 10 messages since I started from guys, and it's really genuine.
Right.
It starts I absolutely adore you, and then it goes into thank you, you've just brightened up my day, or you've just made me feel so much better about myself, and it's nice. And I do genuinely contact these people back and speak to them and say, you know what, I'm glad that I'm doing something to help you.
I
So
th-
we are helping people as well,
I think
porn,
I think yeah, I think you are doing a big deal for a lot of people. I think the industry, the porn industry is I mean, for someone like yourself, I don't think you need to do it anymore. I mean,
no,
unless you wanted to do it.
yeah,
And you could make a good living, I had a woman on the pod a few weeks ago who who sells videos because she's got long fingernails and long toenails and people want to see that stuff, and it's like
yeah.
and I had another girl, she's like, I just sell panties. Shit doesn't work.
Oh yeah, I sell. Oh yeah, I sell so many pairs of pants. It's unbelievable. I sell so many pairs of pants, toys, shoes, um, used toys, shoes, custom videos. Oh my God, I get so many of them. What else? Custom pictures, signed, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to go back to doing film anymore, I don't
Well,
think.
I've basically become a brand. I've made my own name as such. Obviously, we spoke the first time, and I said to you that you have to use the companies to start.
Yeah,
Everyone has to. And
yeah,
then once you reach a point in your career, you have to walk away from the companies and then become your own brand, you know? And you're either going to make it or you're not. But if you're business savvy, you're clever, and you treat your fans with respect, you know what I mean? Then you tend to make it, you know.
yeah.
And you do have a loyal fan base. Always remember that, and there will be. I mean, I don't know how many of my customers are regular people that come back for more and more and more. So that's so important. It's like in any business, you'll have people that will come in, that's perfect. But you'll have maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 people that are constant. And that's where your income comes from.
Mm.
the constant revenue of the same person coming back for more and more and more. So it's like any business. You have to think. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be. I think the competition or yeah, the competition I think is going to pick up because a lot of people are just now finding things like this because
Yeah.
they've had to make adjustments and now they're like, uh-oh. So they're making their way into that space. So there's room. There just needs to be like a lot of new websites maybe that open up or
Yeah.
platforms.
But if you establish yourself, like, and you make sure that you're producing good content, things that people are going to enjoy, then once you're ranked and you're established, the new people coming in, it's going to take them a long time to get to you.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is just keep building, keep building, keep building. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't really, like, a lot of people said to me when lockdown begun, they were like, oh, you know, you're not going to make as much money because there's going to be so many girls doing it. It's not true.
That's because people know who you are. They're looking for you. So
They're just coming in, you know, and it's just about building that brand. Unfortunately, I do feel sorry for a lot of girls who haven't got a brand yet and they're coming in. They don't have a name that's carrying them. They don't have all that background that's carrying them. So it's difficult for them to obviously get a start.
what can they do to help boost that up? Is it just they just have to keep at it or
Consistency and financially investing in good quality cameras, phones, lighting, all this kind of stuff, because girls are getting so clever now, you know, with what they're producing. It's like, I mean, on ManyVids especially, there's some cosplay girls and like their stuff is crazy.
yeah?
It's really put together, like unbelievable, and it's edited, and it's like it's just they look perfection. You can see there's a lot of money put into it. You know, they what they're using, the equipment. So really, I would say get a good camera and get a good phone. That's the first two things that you need. And just film what you like, film what you enjoy, and then people will enjoy it with you. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Don't just film, you know, oh, I'll just film sticking a dildo in my pussy, you know, and just fuck it for a little bit. No, film something where, like, you know, you're going to get enjoyment out of it as well. And also, this is another key thing, have real orgasms.
A lot of people can't do that anyway.
Have real orgasms. Yeah. I always have real orgasms. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and every one of my custom videos, everything, I have a real, true orgasm. And don't get me wrong, okay, I have looked back at some of them and I've been like, ooh. Because when you're in real orgasm moment, you don't realize that you're doing stuff like, and you're doing weird stuff with your face and it's not controlled. And you're just like, oh.
So that's what I need to be looking for. If a woman's not doing that.
You know, you're not like this, like,
My
a
God.
real orgasm is like, oh.
So it's the same for a woman as it is for a guy.
I'm obviously not, it's not like that to that extent, but I'm just using it as that kind of, because men are not stupid. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though I think, you know, a lot of young girls come into this and think, oh yeah, you know, men are a wee bit thick. I'll be able to make a lot of money off them, and you know, I'll be able to just like do whatever, and they don't care. No, my experience with men is, you have to give them a real experience to get something back. Men can tell.
Yeah.
So you know, have you ever watched a porn movie, right? Yeah. And you've been watching it, and the girl's super hot. It's amazing, the scene, and then you go, oh, but she's faking this.
Oh yeah,
bye.
That's almost every time.
It's like, bye.
Yeah.
And then you see someone who's like really kind of whatever, but they're loving it. And then you're like, oh, this is hot.
I think you see that more in non-production porn. Do
Yeah,
you see
that's
like more?
why amateur is one of the top ranking searches online.
Yeah,
Did you know
it's
that?
definitely better. Definitely
So
better.
yeah, it's interesting. MILF is another one. That's a high ranking. BBW is a really high ranking because I always go into Pornhub
Right.
and I put in and I look to see who's ranking, like what categories are ranking high. So it's quite interesting when you look. It changes every day, but it's like, oh, okay, so that's what people are watching.
Right. What are these freaks doing today?
And amateur is always in there. Amateur is always there. Like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I think like the more, and that's why like OnlyFans is good again, and ManyVids and all these other platforms are good because they give the performer a chance to do natural content, which is their own content, what they've chosen, what they want to wear, how they want it to look, which is really important. Does that make sense? Because
Right.
when you're in a production, you don't get to say anything. You get told what you're going to wear, what they're going to do, where you're going to sit, how it's going to look. After 10 minutes in one position, change. After 10 minutes in the other position, change. And it's all very robotic.
Structured.
Yeah, it's
That's
very structured and it's very unnatural actually a lot of the time. But it is still super fun, but you don't get those moments where you're just relaxed and it's like your interactions are just normal and it's okay like to maybe fall over or like gobble a dick and you're kind of like oh god, excuse me. You know what I mean and stuff like that. Whereas on set if you did that they'd be like, what are you doing?
right.
You know?
Yeah. You're
Or
ruining the production.
yeah, or wait, that position's not quite hitting it. Can we just ease it in a little? Oh, okay, that's it.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in like the big productions, you don't have a choice. You move over, you shut up, and you do it, and it looks nice and whatever, and they get the best out of it, and that's it.
Yawn.
I think
Boring.
that's why everything's changing, and I think that's why. And also, like, there's still a stigma in with big companies about what they think perfection is and what they think guys want to look at.
Mm.
There's still a serious stigma with that. And I think like they're not given chances to male and female performers who could ultimately be really, really good because they don't fit that mold.
What do
You
you
know what I
mean?
mean?
What do you mean by fit the mold?
Well, I mean, like there's certain companies that they shoot a certain type of look, and that's all they shoot. And you could be like really good at what you do, and you could be like wanting an opportunity to, and they'd be like, no, you're not for us because you've not got that look or you're not that style. So then they just basically kind of don't bother with you. And I
Mm.
don't think that's right because you could be missing a gold mine.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
That's interesting because so are there like requirements then for say like for men, do they have to have like certain size before they can work or
uh, with men, no. With guys, a lot of the time they just need to have a really decent sized penis and be able to shoot lots of spunk.
so what's a decent size then? Because that's a relative term.
A decent size is. Oh, hold on.
Exciting. Right, so that's a decent size. I don't know how big that is, but
Is
right.
that yours? Is that the size of yours?
I can't tell because it's not next to me. Now we got to put a parental advisory on this video. She's got dicks on the
Oh my
screen.
God, I'm so sorry. Shit. Sorry, I never even thought. Oh,
No, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter.
no, you've
Absolutely
got that.
matter. So, well, I mean, and we'll see what happens. I think the industry is never, most industries are never going to be the same.
Yeah, nothing. Never mind even industries. The whole world is never going to be the same.
Yeah,
A lot of people are going to come out of this totally changed, and maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. But we'll just have to adapt. Do you not
yeah,
think?
yeah. We'll
We're just
definitely will.
everyone is going to have to adapt sexually, physically, emotionally, work, everything. It's just like you're basically being reborn again.
I think we're looking at mandatory vaccines pretty soon. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, everyone. So basically, everyone will have to get vaccines. But the other thing I don't understand about that is because they're saying, the tests aren't always 100%.
No, they're not.
So what? I don't understand any of it. I don't get it. So your test could come back negative, but you might have it, and then your test could come back positive, and you might not have it. Or you might have it negative and you have it, or positive and you might not have it. I don't. There's no, and that
Yeah,
is how.
there are a lot of false negative tests and a lot of false positive tests. So
So
it's
there's no 100% about any of it. And all I can really say is like, don't think too much about it. If you think you have something like that, then obviously you have to go through the right means to get seen and things like that. But they're saying people need to shelter and stay away from other people, but I don't see it that way. I think you have to get out there, and if you're going to get it, you're going to get it, and if you're going to fight it, you're going to fight it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Everyone's going to get it. So it's like,
or everyone has had it at some point.
Yeah, so keeping me locked up isn't going to do anything but just hurt my bank account.
No, but you're in London, so can you not go out now? Because they've changed in England. The restrictions aren't as heavy. Like,
Yeah,
just not
they've
guys
lifted the restrictions, but you still can't, like, not a lot of stuff is open, and and can't have your girlfriend over if you don't live in the same house, without risk of somebody saying there's somebody in their house. I mean, it depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Because if
Have
you
you
say,
been sticking to the rules? Like, really, have you been really, like, staying in a lot and, like, really sticking to it? Like,
I have, yeah, but it's to the point now where I'm out biking more, which was I've never did before, and it was never a problem. You were allowed to do that, but I just hadn't been. But now I'm going out more, so it's summertime. So let's
it's
just
beautiful. The weather's been absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see, but
your tan lines, yeah. It's like I was reading yesterday that Ebola is back, so it's like,
oh my God.
there's no escape from this shit. Something's happening, and I think people are behind it.
Ebola's back. There's mass rioting going on all over the world, protesting, and
Yeah,
everyone's lost their minds.
yeah, killer
Everyone
hornets.
has gone just absolutely mental.
Definitely
So
the end of the world.
the only
Definitely.
advice I can really give to you is stay home and watch my stuff.
Right on. Fair enough. Tell
Like
everybody
it.
where they can watch you, give your social medias, and where can people check out your videos.
So Onlyfans, Ashley_Rider88. Also add me on Twitter because I have so much stuff on there and I've got so many links. So my Twitter is at Ashley_Rider88 again. And my website is www.ashleyrider.com. And my ManyVids is basically manyvids.com and then /Ashley Rider.
That's Ashley Ryder, guys. Go check her out, and don't forget to hit us up on v3tv.uk, and you can see us
to see you again
over the place. Pleasure's all ours.
You there? I was like, shut up.
Hopefully, the next time we meet, it will be face to face again. Like, gosh, that was almost 3 years ago now that you did that. Yes.
No.
It was. It almost was. I'm gonna look it up really quickly here and see if I can find it. But
I didn't think it was 3 years. 2, maybe.
I don't know. I'm gonna see. Let me see if I can find it on the website here. If the internet decides to play ball, come on. Wow, you look totally different.
So can I just ask, like, what's better now then or now?
There's no date on here. Maybe it's on the video. I think it's a combination, really. I mean, I appreciate it both. Looking both ways, So
That's good. That's a good answer.
yeah, I think it's you can pull you can pull the look either way,
Yeah.
so you're safe. You know, I don't think you have to worry about not looking a certain way and impressing people.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. I've got you here. Blah, 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 blah. There it is. Um, this was in 2018, so it was two
2 years.
years,
I
two
was
years
right.
ago. November. Yeah, it was in November. We probably did it in
And I had
uh,
Uggs. Do you remember? I had like those
yeah,
Ugg
Ugg
slippers on.
slippers.
That was funny. You're like, I've never
Absolutely.
seen them
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so that's it for the show, guys. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe if you're listening to us on Spotify or at Apple Podcasts. And thanks for your support. And we're going to have a Roku channel up soon, and the website is being redone, so it's going to be nice and pretty over at v3tv.uk as soon as I get my guy on it this week. So, Ashley Ryder, thanks for joining us today, and have a lovely rest of your quarantine.
Yes, you too. Take care of yourself.
We will.